Skol, Vikings Nation. Can you imagine our purple and gold squad with an $82 million playmaker ready to dominate alongside our quarterback? There is some massive news regarding a potential blockbuster signing that could completely change our offensive ceiling this season. But that is not all. We are also looking at a hidden gem on our defensive line who is being tipped as the next big breakout star. Everything is shifting in Minnesota, and you need to know how this impacts our championship dreams. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below before we dive into it. The Minnesota Vikings are at a pivotal crossroads in 2026, with the quarterback room currently headlined by Kyler Murray, alongside Carson Wentz and J.J. McCarthy. While the team navigates this depth chart, significant external pressure is mounting for the front office to secure an elite offensive weapon. Specifically, there is growing noise around the potential acquisition of a high-profile wide receiver commanding an $82 million valuation, a move that analysts suggest would create immediate lethal chemistry with Kyler Murray. This potential signing represents a major shift in how the organization plans to utilize its current roster. Meanwhile, the status of J.J. McCarthy remains a subject of intense internal scrutiny, with McCarthy having appeared in only 10 of 35 possible games, including the postseason. His durability and availability have become glaring concerns for the coaching staff and front office. Failing to finish games against the New York Giants and Green Bay Packers in 2025 has only amplified the questions surrounding his future in Minnesota. The organization's decision to prioritize Kyler Murray, who remains a top 12 caliber signal caller when healthy, effectively sidelined the developmental timeline for McCarthy. Now, as the team looks toward the rest of the 2026 season, the focus is squarely on whether the Vikings will commit the financial resources necessary to surround Murray with an $82 million star receiver to maximize his remaining prime years. The front office is tasked with balancing the development of younger assets against the immediate need to win with a proven veteran like Murray. Every move made now serves as a reflection of the team's current philosophy, ensuring that the offense is built to sustain a competitive level of production, while managing the complex dynamics of a high-stakes quarterback room as they chant Skol. The narrative regarding Minnesota's quarterback situation takes an even more intriguing turn when reflecting on what could have been regarding Mac Jones. Recent reports from ESPN's Nick Wagoner shed light on a fascinating reality. The Minnesota Vikings were widely considered the preferred landing spot for Mac Jones had he departed the San Francisco 49ers. The allure of the Vikings for Jones was clear, yet the financial mechanics of the league ultimately steered the team in a different direction. Securing Kyler Murray on a league minimum deal, facilitated by specific offset language in his existing contract, proved to be a far more fiscally responsible path than trading valuable draft capital to acquire Jones and subsequently negotiating a lucrative long-term extension. This decision highlights the calculated approach the Vikings took to optimize their salary cap space while still landing a quarterback of Murray's pedigree. Why does this matter right now for the team? It underscores the front office's strategy to maintain flexibility while avoiding the heavy cost of trading for a player who would require an immediate massive financial commitment. By choosing Murray, the organization avoided a high-risk trade scenario that could have severely limited their ability to pursue other roster improvements, such as the $82 million wide receiver now being linked to the team. The shift from a potential Mac Jones pursuit to the current Kyler Murray era shows that the Vikings were prioritizing immediate, cost-effective stability. This reality impacts the current season by allowing the team to keep its future draft assets intact while maintaining a quarterback who has proven he can perform at a high level. Now, with the quarterback position addressed through these financial considerations, the front office is better positioned to pivot towards surrounding their signal caller with the necessary tools to succeed. While the offensive side of the ball deals with contract figures and quarterback rumors, the defensive line is experiencing a transformation of its own, specifically regarding the development of Elijah Williams. Recently tagged by Tyler Forness of A-to-Z Sports as a potential breakout star for the 2026 season, Williams has arrived at the offseason program having put on significant positive weight. Currently weighing in at approximately 305 to 310 pounds, he's physically evolving into the prototype for a 3-4 defensive end. This transition is essential for the defense as the coaching staff looks for players who can hold the line and provide consistent pressure. The physical growth displayed by Elijah Williams is exactly what the team hoped to see, as he works to become an impactful starter. The expectation is that he will contribute significantly during the early portion of the season, specifically while Banks continues to acclimate to the defensive scheme following his recovery from a broken foot. This creates a fascinating subplot for the Vikings defense, the opportunity for a young, rising player to seize a larger role and solidify the team's depth. His projected growth curve is being compared to the successful jump made by Dallas Turner in 2025, which serves as a benchmark for what the organization expects from its younger linemen. By improving his baseline performance and showing a marked increase in play strength, Elijah Williams is positioning himself as a primary focus for the coaching staff throughout the upcoming minicamp sessions. The team's ability to develop such talent internally is a vital component of their strategy, ensuring that they can rely on emerging players to step into larger roles without needing to make constant external roster adjustments to stay competitive. The connection between the physical development of Elijah Williams and the overall health of the roster is central to the Vikings' 2026 outlook. As Williams grows into his role, he provides the defensive line with a level of versatility that is rare in a developing player. This is a crucial year for him as the coaching staff evaluates which personnel packages best suit the team's defensive identity. If Williams can maintain this trajectory, he will effectively serve as a bridge during the period where the team manages the recovery of other key contributors like Banks. The broader impact of this development on the team is significant, as it confirms that the pipeline of talent remains deep enough to handle injuries and fluctuations in performance across the defensive front. While the media chatter remains fixed on the potential arrival of an $82 million wide receiver to support Kyler Murray, the internal grind performed by guys like Elijah Williams is what truly rounds out the roster's overall effectiveness. The Vikings are currently in a phase where they are trying to bridge the gap between their veteran starters and the next generation of impact players. By successfully integrating Williams into the rotation, the defense gains a tactical advantage that was not present during the previous campaign. This does not merely fill a roster spot, it establishes a standard for the younger members of the team. As the organization prepares for the upcoming schedule, the collective performance of players like Williams will determine whether the defense can maintain pressure in the late stages of games. It remains to be seen just how high the ceiling is for Williams, but his commitment to his physical conditioning has clearly made him the most discussed breakout candidate heading into the regular season. Looking at the broader picture for the Minnesota Vikings in 2026, the intersection of aggressive roster building and disciplined development defines their current era. The clamor for an $82 million receiver reflects the belief that the window is wide open to maximize Kyler Murray's output, while the strategic choices made regarding Mac Jones demonstrate a commitment to financial efficiency. Meanwhile, the emergence of Elijah Williams as a potential breakout star illustrates that the team is successfully identifying and nurturing talent to support the core. These threads are all interconnected as the organization attempts to build a balanced squad capable of executing in all three phases of the game. For the fans, the prospect of an elite receiver joining an offense led by Murray creates a sense of anticipation, while the hard-nosed defensive growth of players like Williams provides a grounding element. The team is in a phase of constant adjustment, responding to the realities of the salary cap, injury recovery timelines, and the need for high-level production at key positions. As the Vikings proceed through the summer, the focus will remain on whether they pull the trigger on that massive wide receiver signing and whether that move can truly elevate the offense to the next tier of production. Simultaneously, the coaching staff will keep a close eye on the development of the defensive line, knowing that success in the trenches is the foundation for any successful campaign. With the roster currently constructed as it is, the Vikings are navigating a delicate balance, aiming to remain relevant in a competitive landscape while managing the expectations that come with a veteran signal caller. The journey continues with every practice session and roster decision bringing them one step closer to the ultimate goals for the 2026 season and beyond.